Hello everyone, welcome to Desert Succulent, and today we're gonna be repotting and propagating our Echeveria Laui. If you have watched our previous vlogs before, you know exactly what happened to the succulent, and you would see literally na strip off yung kanyang leaf dito. Hindi lang basta farina yung natanggal, but it's like yung first layer ng kanyang leaf was removed. I don't know exactly how do you call that. Pero also, itong lawi na to is one of those succulents that's heavily coated with this white coating. This is called the farina. And pag natanggal nga natin yung kanyang farina, ganyan pala yung kanyang itsura. So, hindi siya ganon ka-attractive pag wala siyang farina. And it's best nga that we can preserve its farina all the time. Kasi yun naman talaga yung parang pangbato nitong ating lawi. And since na-damage nga yung ating mga farina, we might as well try to repot it today. Kasi if we're gonna be repotting these specific na succulent, talagang hindi natin may iwasan na mahawakan some of its leaves. And as a result, magkakaroon nga tayo ng mga ganitong marks sa kanya. And so I have prepared here our soil mix. This is just our typical loam soil, nothing special sa ating soil mix. Nakalagay pala siya dito sa ating clay pot. It's one of the best pots for our succulents. But personally, I don't prefer using clay pots anymore. It's just that it's not my type. I simply prefer using yung ating mga plastic pots like this. And this gonna be its permanent pot until it fully matures, or if talagang ma-outgrow niya na nga itong ating pinaka pot. One of the disadvantage of using clay pots is that pag magre-repot ka, it's kinda difficult. You cannot just simply pull this up and sasama yung ating buong soil. Hindi ganon. Even if na this is already root bound, still nakakapit yung roots or some of its soil dito mismo sa ating pinaka clay pots, and therefore mas mahirap nga siyang i-repot literally as compared if nakalagay lang sila sa mga plastics. If we're gonna be pulling them, literal nasasama yung buong soil if it's already root bound. Kaya sa ngayon, let's just try to loosen up itong mga nasa gilid. Ayan, ganyan tayo mag-repot. So talagang nakakapit siya sa ating pinaka pot mismo. So let's try to do it again. Ayan. So umaangat naman na siya kahit papano, but I can really feel the resistance from the inside or doon sa pinaka bottom na part. Ayan siya. So we have to gently do this or else baka tumapon naman itong ating lawi pataas. So, our lawi is already well rooted. I think this is already more than 6 months under our care. Ang dami niya ng pinagdaanan na typhoon, even the monsoon rains, isa siya doon sa mga nakababad sa tubig before we discovered na nabubulok na pala yung kanyang pinaka-bottom na leaves. Ayan. So the best time of repotting our succulents is pag completely dry yung kanilang pinaka-soil. It's not gonna be messy, and at the same time, we can easily check nga if there are some mga root mealybugs or if there are some root rot or any pests na nandito. And so far, okay naman. I have pumice stones in here. And before we transfer it to its new pot, I wanted to propagate some of its leaves, probably the bottom leaves. We need to remove these dried leaves, mga old leaves dito sa pinakaloob. Ayan. Ganyan ang itsura pag nag-dry na siya. So gently, we just need to twist it from left to right. Ayan. So dahan-dahan tayo kasi this plant is very precious. Medyo may kamahalan siya. And yes, that's it. We have a successful na leaf propa na natanggal sa kanya. And let's see how many can we remove today. This one as well. Ayan. So, dalawa na. Let's have another. This is already the third one. 3. Tanggalin natin itong mga old leaves na nandyan. 3. So, ganito na yung kanyang itsura. Medyo malaki pa naman siya. So, let's continue removing some of its leaf. 4. Ayan. So, pang-5 na ito. 5. And magtatanggal pa ba tayo? I think, yes. Let's just remove it. Kasi mahirap tong i-propagate pag nakatanim na siya. Mahirap tanggalin yung kanyang pinaka-leaves. But right now, since it's totally exposed, propagating this is very easy. 6, 7, 8. Ayan, tanggalin na rin natin ito. 7. And this one is yung pang 8. So, ganito na yung kinalabasan niya. This is probably 3 inches in diameter. Hindi naman siya ganun kaliit. So, ito na yung ating mga natanggal na leaf. All we need to do is lay them flat in a tray, or if you wanted to put them in a soil, it's okay. Basta make sure na it's a dry one. And then, you're just gonna wait until na magkaroon nga siya ng roots. And once it already started to root, you can start misting or watering it. Ayan. So, I have a total of 8. Lucky 8 na propagations for today. Ayan sila. Ayan. So, this is our soil mix that we have prepared. We're just gonna be creating a hole dito nga sa pinakagitna. And after that one, we're just gonna be putting in yung ating lawi. Ayan. So, I'm not gonna be air drying anymore. Literally, I will just repot these lawi. Okay. So, make sure na nasa center siya. At this point in time, it's totally okay that we will be removing some of its farina. It's something that is unavoidable. Hindi talaga natin siya may iwasan. But definitely, after 3 or 6 months, all of these leaves that we are seeing right now would be changed by the new leaves. And by that time, na hindi talaga natin siya gagalawin, then we would be expecting that yung kanyang farina would be intact, and that is something that I'm really looking forward to. By December siguro, this one would be bigger. Hopefully, na maging kasing laki niya na nga almost itong ating pinakapot. And syempre, our main goal is to keep its white coating or yung kanyang farina intact. Finally, we were now able to repot our lawi into its new and permanent na pot. So we're just gonna be putting it in a bright shaded area. Then probably in a week, we're gonna be putting it doon sa ating filtered sunlight area and just treat it as a regular na succulent. We would also start watering this after 2 weeks or probably a month. And that's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may also visit our Facebook page at Desert Succulent PH.